The key conversation start with family is just to help their understanding. Focus your attention on their needs. Explain things to them about tasks that you're doing together. Checking their responsiveness or their responses. Talking about the task with as many people as possible and getting their opinions. Trying to persuade them and console them. You know, for example, when you're checking your balances or your targets, you could start with the last checking that you did or the last targets. You could put things on timers. You could check routines, and you can focus on all of that with the family in a group activity. Obviously there would be some shocking moments, and there would be some moments when you all get together and there's be some surprises. And the main way in which to talk to each other is to talk in terms of needs or love language, in a way that you know, you're being helpful, you're also pausing and reflecting. You're also watching their informal body language. What are they focused on? Are they doing something that needs attention? Do they need to be spoken to in a different way to meet their mental capacity? Are they distracted? Are they waiting for you to do something? Do they need you to mirror them or use your body language more to encourage them? Do they need you to prompt them in any way? So you're just checking the responses. For example, in the kitchen, you could look at what needs to be stored, what needs to be put away safe, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be bought. All of these things, and those are tasks that you should do with a family. Maybe that you'll come to a realization together. Maybe you'll just eat together. Maybe you'll put milestones for the year. You could want to do some projects together as well, like the children's personal clean project, where they looking at roles and things coming up to do with the environment, which is important. You can talk about home working styles and how that has impacted the family, how much more time you spent together. These could be lifelong changes that you realize, and later making some things slow down and some things increase. You could give out warnings, or that you've been warned. You might want to put a warning in and say that this is this. There's a gap in your knowledge here that I might need to explain it, or provide you some interpretations or revelations. And you can look at cases like this for family work to look at the test together. Obviously, when you get to know somebody, you need to know their learning styles, their communication abilities, what they're doing during the day, what's important to them, their social crowds, their boundaries, what they do well at, what they don't do well at, what's coming up next. You know, check it at the family calendar, what you're doing together, what you're not doing together. Remember those special moments and reflect upon those milestones. When we're talking about our feelings, and pause and reflect. If you're feeling anxious, you can say that to one another in like a CBT mechanism, where you look at the event that was coming up. Maybe I was scared that there was a party coming up, and you just felt as it was approaching, you got more breathless and anxious because you just had that thought that it was going to be stressful. You can explain things to them in that CBT format as it's coming up, and how you're feeling, if your body was rushing, so they could help you in self-care. You should also have some self-care waiting for you in those situations. Maybe it's aids like candles, whether it's using psychological techniques like reframing, minimizing, having more positive affirmations nearby, just smiling, using encouraging words. But just be aware of what your body does and how you can pick the person up, and how you can pick the relationships up and what encourages the other person.